Hello, my lords and ladies. This is Lord Devington here, and today I am recording a very different kind of video. It has come to light that our empire has been under attack, and I would like to talk to you guys about this war and demonstrate how our territorial integrity has been threatened by the new Imperial Union. So this is a map of CladeCraft, my server, and this is the spawn, but we are mainly focusing in the northern part. This is my beautiful kingdom of Orlennia. Let's go here in the 3D view. You see it's a wonderful place, very beautiful. But the political dispute is over Kingston. Kingston is a small colony being built on an island not too far from the capital. Now, who is TNIU? TNIU is a group of savages that attacked us and tried to claim our nearby territory. They did this because they knew it would antagonize us. It is the closest piece of land to Kingston that isn't an island. It's even closer than the mainland itself. So that is why we, the townspeople of Kingston, could not allow them to stay. I tried to ask them to leave, but all they did was yell at me, and they wouldn't give me a chance to speak or give my reasoning. So they abruptly made the decision to go to war with me, which they will soon regret. So, just for context, they have two locations in the north. They have this nice little mansion here, which I didn't really pay attention to. I like their building style. It is very wonderful. I am a builder myself, so I respect the art they put into their work. And this is a cove where they want to have ships, a naval base. A naval base close to my largest colony. You could see the threatening nature there. So that is what started this war. I tried to blockade it, and I did so successfully. But then they performed their big attack on Kingston. They did this by trying to start a siege, but they failed in doing so because they did not review the guide. The command to review the guide is /SW space guide. It says that you, after placing the banner in a close chunk to my territory, let's say like right here, you need to protect it for 18 minutes. Make sure it's an ongoing siege, because if you get enough points, then PvP is enabled within the town. And when that happens, that's when the siege begins. But they didn't stay near the flag, nor put it in this region. They put it a little further away. You can kind of see here where they built a huge tower. So I really respect their effort in war. They made a giant tower that looked horrendous, but it was good for war purposes. And I'm quite saddened that their siege failed because of this lack of understanding. So, even though I'm the king of this town, I'm happy. I'm also sad. So, that is my advice to them. They need to review the Siege War Guide. Now, let's talk about the counterattack. We decided to move to the south, where we began our counterattack in the town of Reichsburg. Reichsburg is basically their political home. They keep all of their valuables and stuff within their huge castle that they made at the city of TNIU. They have a massive farm, a massive castle with huge towers. It's even bigger in width than my palace in Orlennia itself. So I will commend them on that. They made a massive structure, and I love how they did it. Next to it is an outpost called Black Horror. This is the home of Beach Chair, one of their generals. Um, it holds some suits of armor, and I think it has a small armory within it. So it is a tactical point. We will surely attack this later. But our main focus is Reichsburg, because it is the political home of their union. If there's any diplomatic meetings, they are held here, because these two buildings in Reichsburg represent their power. They represent their strength. We began our siege not on the hill next to these buildings, but on the other side of town here. You win a siege by standing next to the flag during a battle session and trying to score the most points. I thought they would recognize this and try to fight back, but I don't think they were aware of the siege guidelines, as I said before, so they have not been coming to this location, let alone stopping us from coming ourselves. So it is safe to say that Reichsburg will soon become Orlennian. These guys were really uncalculated in their efforts to attack my city. So we will likely take it, and I will claim these two buildings here. I'll let my allies have the rest of the stuff in the town, probably take some of it back to Kingston myself. But we will hold these buildings, and they will be our diplomatic buildings from now on. Because they took some land in the north, we will take some land in the south. That is how it works. Overall, I am saddened that this war happened this way, and now they're thinking about leaving. I think it's a cowardly move. It's a move that I certainly wouldn't take. I have way worse gear than they do, but they're still thinking about quitting because they lost to an ally of mine. They lost to him because he has trained his MCMMO sword skill, which is obtained by attacking zombie pigmen, zombies, and anything of that nature with a sword. So the fact that these guys have a lack of training has already set them back in the war. But they still can come back from this. If they start training their sword skill immediately, find a dungeon, find a farm, consistently hit the mobs with the sword, then the amount of damage they do, their deadly power will skyrocket if they grind it. The invasion of Reichsburg is inevitable. We will win. But if TNIU gets together and prepares to fight, they do have a chance to come back from this. But will they? I am unsure at this time. All I know is if their land falls, all of their loot will belong to new players and myself, and it would be a shame to see this large empire collapse to my fragile hands, and I am not kidding. I don't have much supplies at all, but all they are is just feeding us at this point, so it was very uncalculated, but they can still come back from this as long as they try. If they don't try, then they are a cowardice group with no morale, and they have no right to call themselves an empire. Thank you for listening to this broadcast, my lords and ladies. Have a good night.